Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village, testing the new Wilson D300 driver, which is super light. They're making a big deal about the super lightness of it. I've just tested the Wilson Triton driver. If you want to see that, it's already on my channel. And this is it's a nice way of kind of putting it. It's not nowhere near as expensive as the Triton, as easy as. It doesn't come with as much adjustability, and it's aimed for speed and forgiveness. That's where they're going for this. Boxing glove head cover, just the black and the red and the white of the Wilson. And this now being the second Wilson driver I've ever tested on my channel. Never tested Wilson drivers much before at all. And we've gone two reviews. I love, for the price point, I love the look of this driver. I think it looks amazing. I think it looks so polished and clean and top end. Now, I don't ever really like to talk about price in a review because obviously that's so dependent not only on the person that's watching but also around the world and when you watch this review. But this is almost, is it roughly? Not quite half the price of the Triton, but it's a considerable lot less than the Triton driver. It doesn't come with the adjustability as much, i.e. it's not got as many weight changeable options, but you can still change the neck. So you can still change the loft and put it into draw setting. And it has got one weight at the back, which I've been told is adjustable, even though I've actually not bothered adjusting it. I've just got the standard weight in this. On the face, there is this steel, what did they call it? Like a steel polished look to the face. And honestly, I don't know what it is. That face just looks beautiful. Really beautifully polished. Again, it's grooveless with just the detailing of the, almost the after effect of the grooves being put in on top. Just looks beautiful. Don't want to hit it. It's brand new. I've never hit this yet. On top, this is where we see something very different. Very different in the respects from Wilson, but we've seen some similar technologies in the Ping driver before. This is airflow across the face, and they've called it micro vortex generators, or MVG. And it's these little spikes on top is probably the best way of actually explaining them. All in different orders, but obviously research has been shown that is to produce the best airflow across the head. Now, in the UK and Europe, we have hedgehogs, and it very much looks like hedgehogs. I don't think they have hedgehogs in the US, but I'll put an image up. It is an animal with spikes all over the top, and I'm sure there is other animals like that around the world as well. And it kind of looks a bit like that in the simplest way. They're almost like little slopes, all in different arrangements. It's not that offensive actually either. It blends in quite nicely. I think if they made those little dimples and spikes in a different colour, that would have really been quite off-putting, but it actually blends into the black head quite nicely, and it's not too massively off-putting. It's a little bit strange, but it's not too off-putting. Simple alignment at the top of the crown. I've got this in 10 degrees, and I've got it in the Aldila Rogue shaft, 60 grams. The standard shaft does come lighter, but I don't want to go too light. I just don't feel like I could swing a really light driver. So this is super light, but I reckon it can actually go lighter if you went into a 50 gram shaft. But I've got this in the 60 gram. Let's give this a hit. It sits behind the ball beautifully. So much more squarer than the Triton does. Let's give this a hit. Love that. Beautiful ball flight. Beautiful ball flight. A little bit low on the face, so I don't think that's going to be maximum speed. It was just maybe a half an inch low on the face. Half an inch, not even that, is it? Millimeters low on the face, probably to get the best spin rate. I got that 2,600 spin, 111 clubhead speed, which is my normal speed. So I'm not seeing massive jumps in distance, clubhead speed improvements there because of that super light or the airflow. But that was a really nice hit, super neutral ball flight. Yeah, I really like that. For me, that face sits so much more square than the Triton. Don't seem to be getting it right up there, maybe into the 280 carry distances, which I'm normally looking for with a great performing driver. But it feels awesome. Sounds good as well. Looks good. 2,300 spin, 109 clubhead speed. So again, it's not blowing me away with the super speed I was probably maybe hoping for. I thought with the lightness of this driver, I keep using the word super, but they've used it so much in the driver. It's on the bottom of the head and it's actually on the head cover as well. I kind of think it's going to be getting me an extra 3 or 4 miles per hour, which I'm not finding just yet. That wasn't a good hit. That was a really bottom heely golf shot, I'm afraid. Let's see what that does though. See what kind of forgiveness numbers I'm getting from that. Not good. That's dropped quite considerably, seeing that was a really bottomed heely strike. Very low on the face that time. Only 256 carry, which is poor. 3,300 spin. I didn't feel like I got that right in the meet. Would that have been any better off a different driver? Probably not. I think that would have been the same outcome with any driver that I would have tested. But it just shows again that these drivers are good, but they're never going to completely fix a missed strike. That was slightly opposite. I was slightly more high off the toe. Started so good and seems to now be slipping a little bit. Whether I'm now trying to pick up the speed and trying to find that speed, but also I'm getting the sensation that the head, it's harder to find. I'm not quite sure how that head's going to come down and hit it. It feels to me slightly more unpredictable just because I swing it fast. I swing it 110, 11 miles per hour. And that's not who this club's designed for, really. It's designed for a golfer who wants more speed, who's after searching for more speed and more forgiveness. As you start to swing faster with a light club, you just lose that little bit of connectivity between the head weight and the shaft. It just doesn't feel quite as connected. But when I've hit it well, certainly at the start of the review, it felt good. Let's see if I can finish on a couple of nice ones as well. Yeah, it's a great hit. Don't seem to be getting the height off these Wilson drivers. I just need probably another degree of loft with the Wilson drivers, if I'm honest. Both tests today so far seem to not be getting much height off the shots. They seem to be coming out a little bit low. Feels fantastic. Has to be said off the head. I think it looks incredible. Club head speed on that one did actually measure at 116. It measured at 116. Miscalculation, or was that actually 116? Was it fast? Was it much faster? I'll have a look at the averages after this shot and see what those numbers look like. Let's go one more. Okay, I tried to hit that. I'm not going to lie to you. I tried to give that one a little bit more. Oh, yeah, that's more like it. Got into the numbers that I'd like to see. I probably swung that. I gave that a bit more ammo. I wasn't scared about hitting that one. 284 carry for 304 total distance. Let me pull up the averages of those shots there. So it's the purple ones across the bottom, and I'll show you compared to the Triton in a second as well. Average carry there, and I feel like this was slightly unfair because there was one terrible shot there. The average carry was 271, average. The best one was 284, which was that last golf shot, and the worst one was 256. So I'd probably say more like the average was about 27, I don't know, maybe 275. But the best one and the worst one were horrendous. Were different, sorry. The worst one was down here, the best one was up here. So the gap was quite big. So the average probably is about right, if I'm dead honest with you. For me there, 2,500 spin. Spin number was actually more around 2,300 until that one bad shot. I'm keeping it in there because that's the shot. That's the shot I hit. But a lot of them bounced around that 2,400 mark. That real bad low bottom one spun up to 3,300 spin. Ball speed there I was getting on average 158, which is a little bit shorter than the 160 club head ball speed I'd like to see. What does it do with club head speed? Let's see. Was there much of a difference? In fact, I'll throw it in next to the Triton as well so you can see this. So you can see there, compared to the Triton, the averages didn't actually stack up that badly. The averages. Average carry distance there was 271 compared to 272 and 277. So only a little bit lower compared to the massive difference in price. Ball speed was lower, spin rate was a tiny bit higher. But I think the average spin rate was higher just because of that one bad shot. Is the club head speed any different? Considering these are the same shaft. No, is the answer. These were the same shafts. I've got the same Aldila Tour 60 gram shaft in both this and I had in the Triton as well. And club head speed there is at around the 111 mark again. So I didn't really actually see that much gain in clubhead speed at my clubhead speed. When I'm swinging at 111, 110, I wasn't seeing any difference. But I'm not saying that with a slower swing speed, could we see a bit more of a pickup? There might be more of a pickup if you swung it at like 92 miles per hour. Potentially the super light and the hedgehog effect on the top, or the NVG or MVG, micro vortex generators, they might pick you up a little bit more at around that 90 odd mark. But I wasn't finding it in the 111 mark, but it's not designed at me. As a driver, I loved it. The looks, and that sounds ridiculous, but I loved it. I just think it looks very, I just love the little bit of a polished effect. I love the polished face. I love the polished border just below. I like how it's not too adjustable. You can change the neck and that's all. I'm not offended by the hedgehog technology on top. And it almost performed how I'd like to see it perform, but for me it was just too light. The best thing to do is test it and try it as an average golfer that wants to see if they can pick up more clubhead speed, because I do think there's probably going to be benefits of that. That's the Wilson D300. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, click thumbs up. What do you think about the new Wilson drivers coming out, the Triton D300? You might be brand new to Wilson, never seen it before, i.e. in the golf setup. And is it ones that maybe you might put on the list to give them a go? I think it's worth it, testing it up against some of the big boys as well, which I will be doing coming soon. Guys, thanks for watching. Do subscribe if you're new to my channel by clicking the big red button down here. I upload daily. And don't forget to comment below, let us know what you think about the drivers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.